It is time for 5 fast questions. Tyler has the questions. I have the answers. Tyler, fire away, sir.
Number 1, what improved your quality of life so much you wish you did it earlier?
Oh, my God. I wish we had a Roomba earlier. That thing is amazing.
Number 2, what was your best period of your life?
Right now.
Number 3, what show was ruined by a terrible ending?
Oh, my God. Take your pick. Game of Thrones, Scrubs, that final season, Roseanne. But here's the one that really just killed me. House MD.
Number 4, what song is stuck in your head right now?
Oh, God. Freezing, rest his head on a pillow made of concrete. Pearl Jam, Even Flow.
If you were a Care Bear, what would be on your stomach?
A bottle of whiskey with a beard on it. And that is your 5 fast questions. If anybody wants to answer these, you're more than welcome to fire away. Tyler, what was the first question?
Number 1, what improved your quality of life so much you wish you did it earlier?
Oh, my God, that Roomba. Because we have 3 dogs. And it's all 3 of us, myself, my wife, my kid, we all have just horrible allergies. And so having that thing just run through the basement daily is just, it's been a lifesaver. It's been amazing. So what's something that's improved your life, Tyler?
So I really cut back on my caffeine and sugar intake, which it's making me feel a lot better.
Nice. Not so jittery.
Right? I wake up in the morning, I don't feel like complete ass.
Just part ass, right?
Yep. Just a little ass.
Yeah. A little ass. I feel like a little ass. Like that
Yeah.
goddamn lady with her stupid cats. Jesus Christ. All right. What was it?
It's gotta be fake.
I know, right?
Gotta be.
All right. What was the... by the way, so if anybody's watching this segment specifically on YouTube, go back and watch our Am I the A-hole we just had about the perpetuating ethnic stereotypes with cats. You can go watch that clip. That's what we're talking about. What was the next question?
Number 2, what was the best period of your life?
Right now, man. I mean, I always no matter what I'm doing, I'm trying to make sure that right now is the best moments of my life. And I know that there's things that you can't control. You'll lose a job or people will pass away. Like there's really bad things that are going to happen throughout your life. But I always try to make sure that everything I'm doing right now, this is the best time in my life. I don't want to be like, oh, I wish I was back in my 20s or I wish I was back in my 30s. Now, I do think if I were in my 20s or 30s, maybe I could have done something different or done this thing different or whatever. But no, I'm fully in love with where my life is right now. What about you, Tyler?
Right after college, I had a pretty good job. I was in pretty good shape. I exercised every day. I was feeling pretty good about myself and life, and things were going really well.
So 2 of those things, or of those 2 things, one you can do now. You can get back into working out. Why not?
Yeah, I could. And I may.
Well, look, you've already cut down on the caffeine. You've already cut down on the sugar. That's a pretty big step right there.
Yes, I mean, and exercise is addicting. So once you start doing it, you do it more and more and more, and
There you
you
go.
do feel really great. But God, getting started is so hard.
All right, what was the next question?
Number 3, what show was ruined by a terrible ending?
Oh my God, we all know the go-to on that one. It's Game of Thrones, right? Like that's like almost everybody's top. Except for the ones that I never watched. How I Met Your Mother, and Dexter, I think are ones that frequently come up that had terrible endings. There's a lot of people that didn't like the ending to Seinfeld. I thought it was fine. I thought it was funny.
It fit the show.
Yeah, it did. It very much did. Scrubs, the way they wrapped up the final episode with JD leaving Sacred Heart, I thought was perfect. And then they tried to bring it back for another show where they were essentially kind of trying to introduce new characters. Did you know that it was Dave Franco, I believe, was on that?
Yes.
And it was not good. It shouldn't have been Scrubs. But anyway, Scrubs was ruined. Roseanne. Do you remember how Roseanne originally ended?
Was it The Dream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, it wasn't a dream. It was her book is what it was.
Or, yeah, that's what it was.
So the way that Roseanne had technically ended was in a couple of seasons prior, Dan has a heart attack, I believe, at Darlene or Becky's wedding. And then that's how the season ended. And then when they come back, everything is fine. But then she comes back, and then at the season finale, she's writing. It's everything that happened after that was her just making stuff up for her book. Because remember, they always talked about her wanting to become a writer. So they finally gave her the basement where she's able to make that her writing room. And she talks about, maybe this is how I dealt with Dan's death. So I guess he did die after that heart attack, and then it was all fake crap. Charlie says, I didn't like how Breaking Bad ended. Still no face. I'm right there with you, man. I was not a fan of how they ended that show. I thought that final season it felt rushed. It was almost like, oh, he's been so dominant and so amazing as kind of this crime lord. We really got to bring him down a notch. It just, wasn't a big fan of it. And then they brought Roseanne back, obviously, and they completely just glazed over the fact that Dan was still alive. But the one that really bugged me was House MD. Did you watch House at all, Tyler?
Yes, I did.
Did you watch it through, like, all the way through the finale?
Yep. Remember, it's Sherlock Holmes, basically.
Ah, yes, it is. Did you like the finale?
No.
It was stupid, right?
Very stupid.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So if you guys don't know, the way House MD ends is he fakes his own death. He's finally gotten into enough trouble where he is going to end up having to do some major prison time and all of this, while his best friend Wilson has come down with terminal cancer, and then House is going to spend his whole time in prison. Well, he would rather spend it with Wilson, so he fakes his own death, and then the series ends with them on motorcycles riding off into the distance because it's how Wilson wants to live his final days, and House is going to be their first friend, and there's a big old like, it was not enjoyable. I just didn't like it at all. But anyway, do you have a show that wasn't mentioned that you can think of that had a horrible ending?
No, mine is Game of Thrones. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
That's the go-to.
You
baby.
Go from great to terrible. Like it's yeah.
The next question was what? It was the song one?
Yes. What song is stuck in your head right now?
Yeah, it's Pearl Jam Even Flow. For anybody who's tuning in, the History of Rock podcast is up. It's available. The logo, everything was done by the magnificent Charlie over at Viva La Mocha. The overlay that you see that's around us, if you go check it out on YouTube, Charlie did that work. And so the first couple episodes, we were talking about Mother Love Bone. The next couple of episodes, we were talking about Temple of the Dog. And then the upcoming episodes are going to be about Pearl Jam's 10. So I've been listening to that album pretty heavily, and goddamn Even Flow is an earworm, and that bad boy is stuck in there. And I do have to tell you this, Tyler. Last week, you had a song stuck in your head. I believe it was If You Like Pina Coladas, correct?
Was that last week, or is that the week before?
Well, whatever it was, I caught myself singing that goddamn song when I was making dinner that night. And I was like, damn you, because you even said, you were like, the points to get the song stuck in your head, and you did. So right now, what song is stuck in your head?
I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston.
All right. We'll see. Dude, I'm gonna text you later. I'm going to be like, you ass. I'm driving to Kevin Hart tonight, and I'm singing Whitney Houston. Final question was what?
If you were a Care Bear, what would be on your stomach?
Yeah, it'd be a bottle of whiskey with a beard on it. What about you, Tyler? What would be on yours?
Probably Bender's face with the time code from Futurama.
Oh, there you go. Impressive. All right, well, that's going to do it for the 5 fast questions.